What if two of China's biggest superstars carried the exact same dream deep in their hearts? A dream so simple, so pure, yet powerful enough to shake their entire fandom. Tonight, the truth is finally out. Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan share the same quiet longing, and fans are losing their minds. In a world where fame burns bright and pressure never sleeps, celebrities are expected to chase luxury, status, and larger-than-life success. But what happens when two of the industry's brightest stars, Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, reveal dreams that are the complete opposite? This week, two separate interview clips resurfaced online. At first, they seemed ordinary, just casual answers during promotional events. But when fans noticed a shared theme, everything changed. Wang Yibo, known for his cool aura and unstoppable work ethic, spoke softly about something unexpectedly tender. He said he imagined himself, someday, in a small, peaceful home. Not a mansion, not a luxury estate. Just a modest place where he could keep his bikes, practice his craft, and breathe without cameras following his every move. Just days later, a different clip of Xiao Zhan spread across social media. His tone was gentle, sincere, almost shy. He described his dream of having a simple, warm home where he could paint, cook, write, and live quietly, far from the chaos of the entertainment world. Two dreams, two hearts, one identical longing. When fans placed these two clips side by side, the internet erupted. Across Weibo, TikTok, and global fandom communities, everyone asked the same question. How was it possible that they dream of the same life? Some called it fate. Some called it destiny. Some simply cried at how human and vulnerable these superstars sounded. And just like that, a single revelation brought the fandom back together, united in shock, warmth, and overwhelming emotion. The reaction was instant, explosive, and deeply emotional. Within hours, hashtags like #SimpleDream, #IboZhanHome, and #SoulmatesInSimplicity surged to the top of multiple platforms. Why did these interviews strike the fandom so intensely? Because neither Yibo nor Xiao Zhan spoke of riches, fame, or luxurious lifestyles. They spoke of quiet, peace, and a place where their hearts could rest. For global fans who have watched them battle intense schedules, endless public scrutiny, and overwhelming expectations, hearing this shared dream felt like a message from the soul. The fandom responded not just with comments, but with art, music edits, and emotional threads describing the meaning of home in their journeys. One fan wrote, "They've spent years in the spotlight. Maybe now, they just want a corner of the world where they can be themselves." Another commented, "Same dream, same longing. I can't tell if this is coincidence or destiny." Even neutral onlookers couldn't deny the emotional weight. The clips didn't feel scripted or rehearsed. They felt like two men stripping away their superstar armor for a moment of truth. The fandom began reflecting on how both artists had endured storms, professional pressure, internet controversies, and the exhausting demands of stardom. This shared dream of a modest home almost felt symbolic. A return to peace, a return to authenticity, a return to themselves. To understand why these revelations hit so deeply, we need to revisit their journeys. Not the sensational stories, but the human ones. Wang Yibo, despite his cool exterior, has always been a soul shaped by discipline and quiet determination. Behind the fame, he prefers solitude, open roads, and spaces where he can breathe and move freely. A modest home isn't just a house to him, it's a sanctuary. Xiao Zhan, on the other hand, has always radiated warmth and sincerity. His artistry extends beyond performing, into painting, cooking, and creating with his hands. A simple home for him is not an escape, but a place to nurture his inner world. And so, when these two men, who experienced both meteoric rise and intense pressure, speak of the same humble dream, it resonates. It's not just about living simply. It's about reclaiming peace after years of noise. Fans began connecting these dots, and suddenly, the conversation shifted from excitement to reflection. What does it mean for artists to find peace in a world that never lets them rest? What kind of lives do they dream of when the lights finally turn off? Why does a modest home feel more powerful than any award they've ever won? This isn't about fantasies, shipping, or speculation. It's about two human beings longing for something universal, a place to call home. And somehow, that shared longing feels like a gentle thread tying their stories together. The resonance didn't end with emotional reactions. It sparked a profound shift in the global conversation. Suddenly, fans weren't just celebrating the similarity. They were discussing what home represents for people who live under constant public pressure. Home means safety. Home means warmth. Home means having a place where you don't have to perform. For Wang Yibo, that might be a garage filled with the smell of oil and engines, where he could be a racer, a dreamer, or simply himself. For Xiao Zhan, it might be a studio filled with canvas and paint, where the world becomes soft and quiet. Their dreams are not grand, but powerful. Not extraordinary, but deeply meaningful. And that's why the fandom's response feels different this time. Fans aren't just excited. They're protective, soft, and emotionally invested. It's as if this shared dream created a collective exhale across the community. A moment of stillness. A moment of connection. A moment where the world felt just a little more tender. So what does this all mean? It means that even the brightest stars carry simple dreams in their hearts. It means that peace, no matter how small, no matter how modest, is something everyone deserves. And it means that sometimes the most beautiful stories come from the quietest truths. Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan didn't announce a project. They didn't reveal a collaboration. They simply opened a window into their personal hopes, and that was enough to move millions. As the fandom continues to celebrate this heartwarming discovery, one message rises above the noise. May they both find their own peaceful homes someday. Homes filled with warmth, art, laughter, and everything their journeys have earned. If this story touched your heart, stay close. Because sometimes the smallest revelations hold the biggest emotions.